Hi everyone, it's Nicole Spohr here today with some spring critter huggers shaped cards just in time for Easter. So if you have picked up these spring critter huggers dies from Lawn Fawn, these are so super fun to make. What I'm going to be doing is creating shaped cards, and I'm also going to be embellishing these little Dandy Day notebooks. These are the mini notebooks from Lawn Fawn, and I wanted just to create multiple projects to show you different things you can do with these incredible products. So these adorable little notebooks are the perfect size to adorn with the spring critter huggers. I have sped up the video quite a bit just so we're not sitting here all day watching me assemble all these die cut pieces. Plus, I did all of my die cutting off camera. The die cutting truly is the most time-consuming part of this project, I think. And then the assembly is really relatively easy. My little tip for quick and easy assembly is to kind of gather everything into one area for each project. I like to die cut everything and then simply assemble them. In addition to the spring critter huggers pieces that you see here, this bow is one of my favorites for adorning any of the critter huggers shaped dies from Lawn Fawn, and this is the Put a Bow on It die collection, the smallest bow from that, and it's absolutely incredible because it really perfectly is proportionate for these spring critter huggers, which I love. I am just assembling it. I kind of glued it together and I'm holding it together with some craft tweezers while I'm assembling the rest of my cute little bunny here. And then I can go ahead and put that together. I do want to mention I did not do it for these notebooks, but something that I think would be a really great idea. These critter huggers, their arms come around and hold shut. You can put, I've seen candy put in here. You can tuck little, favors and things. I think it would be really cute to have the bunny, the chick, the goose, or the duck holding a pen to go with a notebook. So for this particular project, I did not run out to the store and get any, since, probably not the best idea to be going out to the store at this particular time. But I think a cute little like rainbow pin or something like that would be darling to tuck into the arms of the bunny. So consider that beyond even the Easter projects. Maybe you want to create some critters using any of the critter dies, and I will be linking to my other shaped card video using critter huggers at the end of this one. So if you want to maybe see what you could be looking ahead to for winter, you could do something really, really similar with notebooks, embellish them with winter critters, or you can do critters anytime. I think these would make fun birthday party favors as well, just depending on what you tuck into their arms. Obviously, these are geared towards more of an Easter feel. These are going to my niece and nephew. And so I tucked carrots and eggs into my critter's arms. Real quick, I do want to talk about where those additional dies come from. So as always, I like to mention this in my Lawn Fawn videos. My very favorite thing about Lawn Fawn, besides the fact that they have incredibly cute, fantastic products, is that they work and build upon each other. So stamp sets coordinate with past or previously released stamps and dies. So these dies all work together. These eggs actually were released, I believe, last year at Easter time. These are the mini Easter eggs, and you can see that they are perfectly proportionate to work with these spring critter huggers. I love that. So we are building and tucking some of these eggs into their arms, and then I am using the carrot from the stitched garden border, which I believe is at least a couple years old. I love this carrot. I think this carrot is perfect for spring and Easter projects. I've used it the last couple years because I just really love it. So there's a border and then there's some vegetables that go with this. And I am obviously using the carrot because I think it works really well for the Easter. And I'm kind of combining both. The bunny had more carrots than what the chick is going to have or what the duck will have when I do the shaped cards. But definitely fun. Tweezers are a must At least for me, I think they are fantastic because they help hold things in place as the glue is drying. To embellish, I am using Nuvo Crystal Drops in White Blizzard for the cheeks. That's going to give a sparkly little cheek. And I'm using Glossy Accents for beaks and eyes. Also using Nuvo Crystal Drops in White Blizzard for the dots on the polka dotted eggs. These little mini tags are from the Lawn Fawn Tiny Tags. This is the square one. Die cut from Lawn Fawn cardstock here. We have white, which is going to be the back of the tag, and then the colored tag is going to be the front of the tag, and I'm going to show you how I embellish both. So the backs of the tag, that's going to be where we're going to add our stamped sentiments. From the Lawn Fawn Say What Spring Critters stamp set, this is new for 2020. I am adding some fun little sentiments stamped with Lawn Fawn inks, whether it be part black and then part a colored ink. That's one of my favorite things to do when combining sentiments, is to have multiple colors of ink. So this is You Are Extra Awesome, and I know I'm doing it upside down. For whatever reason, I stamped these upside down. So use your imagination. I'll flip that around in a little bit. And then I'm masking off parts of Happy Easter with some tape, or just carefully inking it up, but I like to use a little tape here. And then the Happy and Easter are both going to be in a different color of ink. And this is really, really pretty. I love how these turned out. So kind of the orange ink there, I think that's carrot, and then sunflower, I think. The exact color is listed and linked below in the supplies and also over on my blog. So then we've got some beautiful ballet slippers here for the pink ink. We'll clean that off, mask off the rest of it, or mask off the word happy rather, and then we're going to ink up the word Easter with a little cilantro ink. So pink and green. And I like to stamp it a couple times, make sure it's nice and crisp. And then we're going to add the rest of our sentiment for this. And that's going to be in black licorice ink, and it says Some Bunny Loves You. So I just kind of made the sentiments match the mini notebook project. Now once I have that done, we are going to assemble the tags and stamp the rest of our pieces. I am stamping the bunny and the chick egg pieces from the Say What Spring Critters stamp set right here on a scrap of smooth white cardstock using black ink, and then we're going to Copic color these, die cut them with the coordinating dies, and then these are going to be popped onto the colorful tag. And these are made to perfectly coordinate with the notebook. So completely, just want to add a little gifty tag to these, as these are going to be gifts, the notebooks. And it's a great way to just dress them up a little bit. Very quick and easy Copic coloring. I mean, I did a little shading, but it was very, very quick and easy. And then I'm even going to stamp a little egg from another Easter stamp set. That's going to be listed and linked to add to the bunny tag. I really felt like the chick tag, because it has that cracked egg, had plenty, but the bunny tag to me felt a little plain Jane. And so you will see that here in a minute. And I just thought it was just needed a little bit more color. So I found another Lawn Fawn stamp set that had eggs, and I'm just going to stamp those. Very, very light, warm gray colors here, little pink cheeks. And then we will die cut these with the coordinating dies. In addition, for the chick tag, there is a little peep peep sentiment from Say What Spring Critters that I am going to stamp on that tag because I think that's really cute and fun. The insides of these notebooks are really, really darling. Have lots of fun little embellishments and things, and just cute little pages inside. That are lined. So, you know, the recipient can write in here or draw little pictures or maybe make notes if you're giving it to, you know, somebody older or whatever. But I just think they're a great little way to give a simple, easy gift. Gluing these tags then back to back, and then we are going to be tying them to the front of our little mini notebook. Here are those little eggs. Again, very quick, fast coloring. And then we're just going to add the little stripes to our eggs with that coordinating stamp from the stamp set there, so that they have a little decoration, just using a nice solid ink. And the difference it makes adding these cute little eggs to the project, I think, is huge. We'll just trim off any excess and those will be good to go. Now, to add these to the notebook, I wanted them to be removable so the recipient can remove this, and it's a little easier to use your notebook that way. And I'm using some yellow and white lawn trimmings twine to just wrap around the center of our notebook. Oh, before that, I do want to mention when my glossy accents is dry, I'm going to take a white pen and add detail, little highlights to the eyes and the noses to finish those off. I saw a little smudge and I'm using a sand eraser to remove that. So here is that lawn trimmings twine wrapped around the notebook. And then we're just going to tie it into a little bow here to finish that off. How cute is that? Completely coordinates and matches. I just love, love, love this about Lawn Fawn product. And I noticed that I did do the chick one upside down, so I'm going to have to fix that a little bit later. Next, I'm going to make some shaped gift card holder cards. These were completely inspired by the project I created, I believe 2 years ago, using the original critter huggers from Lawn Fawn. So I'm starting with a 2.5 inch by 11 strip of cardstock. This is our card base. Plus I have die cut all of the components of the spring critter huggers from my cardstock. We're going to then take the main shape of the critter hugger and we're going to hang it off the edge of the card base so that it makes a folding card, and we're going to die cut this shape. We do not need the arms. We're going to be cutting that part off. So I have die cut through both layers to create my shaped card. I'm going to take some scissors and trim off that excess. I like to start with a little bit bigger piece of cardstock than I need so that it gives me some wiggle room. Then we're going to take the panel for the front of the card. In this case, it's the same color of cardstock. This is Lawn Fawn sticky note cardstock, and we're just going to trim that up and pop it in place, and then we can wrap the arms shut. They can hold something. You could put a piece of candy in here. I am going to embellish these with eggs and carrots just like I did for the mini notebooks. But definitely just a little way to embellish cute little critter shaped cards. So we're just building the card here. Eyes, beak, feet. Now the one thing about the tail, I decided to do the tail more on the back of the critter, which you're going to see because I'm going to add the little stitched pocket that coordinates with these critter shaped dies inside, because that makes this little shaped card a gift card holder. So if you have some older recipients and you think a gift card would work better for them, some teenagers or whatever, this is a great little way to tuck a little gift card, but still give them an Easter themed, fun themed card. This little gift card pocket is, I'm going to tell you the exact name, the stitched gift card pocket, and it comes with this, the word hugs, and a little stitched heart. This has been out for a little while now. I embellished it and stamped it with a sentiment from the Say What Spring Critters stamp set, and then I'm putting double-sided adhesive on those flaps and adhering it on the inside. I do want to mention, if you want to embellish the back of your critters with that little stitched heart, which is what I really like to do, you need to do that first. I did not on this first one, and I had to be creative, but I'm going to show you, you want to take that because it's not going to die cut anything. It's just going to die cut the stitching lines, just kind of like the bunny face here with the whiskers. You want to do that. You want to die cut that out of there so you get that great detail. Well, I like the detail of a little heart on the back of the cards. The back doesn't really have a whole lot going on. So I like to add that little heart, and then I usually put a little die cut heart in the center in a contrasting color to embellish, which you'll see here in a little bit. And then the tails, so bunny tail, duck tail, chick tail, that's going to be tucked between the back of the card and that stitched card pocket. So it's actually on the back, which I think is really, really cute. I'm holding their arms shut. I kind of assembled all of the cards first and the critters first, and then I die cut the eggs and the carrots and things and added those inside. One difference I did with these that I didn't do on the mini notebooks, I added glossy accents to the duck and chick's feet, so they're really glossy. I kind of like how that turned out. I think it really gives a fantastic effect when dry. We're just gonna pop our little pocket inside. How cute is that? You can like write love from whoever there. And then this is an example of just tucking that little tail in between these two layers, which I think I shouldn't have squished it down before I did that, but we're gonna slide that bunny tail inside. How cute is that? Just an extra little bit of fun. And then of course our glossy accents and Nouveau Crystal Drops and White Blizzard add some great finishing detail. Just like the bunny for the notebook, I am going to add a little bow to the top of the bunny's head. I love that effect or that embellishment for that cute little critter. So next, there's that little heart accent on the back of the card base. So you can see that once you've die cut your card base, go ahead and die cut the stitched heart shape. And then I am going to finish with the duck. The duck is the only one I hadn't made previously since I made the chick and the bunny for the notebooks. And I love that out of one die set, you can get multiple critters. The possibilities are just endless. So to make these, I did forget to mention that earlier. I'm so sorry. The Spring Critter Huggers comes with the bunny ears. Then there is a rounded piece that you die cut along the top edge to remove those bunny ears from your die cut. And then you can tuck the little tufts of hair there up at the top or whatever. So very, very versatile. I would imagine there are a lot more other critters that we could come up with using this die collection, just like with the regular Critter Huggers dies. And again, I will link to that video at the end of this one because I created multiple critters with that one. And it's just a really great way to make some non-traditional cards. I love these Critter Huggers. So here is our final pocket for our duck before we go ahead and embellish with the mini Easter eggs and also the carrot from the Stitched Garden border. And I'm using the new cardstock from Fawn. It has that pearlescent sheen to it for our eggs and carrots. Look how cute that little duck is. Isn't he fun? Glossy accents for the eyes, the bill, and the feet. Then we're just going to set those aside to dry while we die cut the rest of our components. This bow for the top of the bunny's head. Something I decided while assembling this bow is that I wanted to embellish the center of the bow with something. And I decided a little heart. And these little hearts are also going to be used to embellish the back of my cards, the center of that stitched heart. These hearts are from these Say What gift tags, and they're some of my favorite. They're teeny tiny. There's also stars. We're going to use the hearts though today, and I'm going to be adding a little heart center to the bow and then using the largest heart from this, because it's a little grouping of hearts that has a, I say big, they're all small. But a big heart, and then a couple of medium-sized heart, and then a bunch of tiny hearts. I recommend, I love those little teeny tiny hearts. I love having tiny heart accents. So when I'm using these bigger ones for things, I will often just save them. I have a little container that I put a whole bunch of these little die cut pieces in that I'm not using. So I can reach for hearts, accents, or little star accents, or whatever it might be for other projects. And you're going to see that when I add the heart to these cards. I'm using the big one. I'm going to use the medium-sized ones to embellish the center of the bow on the bunnies. And in fact, I went back to my mini notebook and added one to that as well. And then all the teeny tiny hearts or leftover hearts, I'm saving for another project. And I like to pinch that bow with the tweezers in place and hold it there until the glue dries. So you're going to notice that I'm going to assemble this, put it together, and then I'm going to just let it sit there for a little bit while I work on the eggs and carrots for the other two cards. Tweezers really have, I don't know what I did without them, I guess is what I want to say, because they really make holding things in place while the glue dries so great. Now, when everything's dry, I'm going to add highlights to eyes and the noses with a white pen. I love adding that on top of the glossy accents. It really shows up fantastic. Look how cute. And then we'll simply finish embellishing these little cuties with the eggs and carrots. And here is a look at the finished shaped gift card holder spring critter cards, including the back of each card that has the great little stitched heart and then a die cut heart in the center. Thank you guys so much for joining me today for these spring critter hugger shaped cards and embellished mini notebooks. The supplies I use to create my projects are listed and linked below the video here on YouTube. Here are a couple more videos featuring Lawn Fawn stamps, dies, and other products that you might be interested in. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell so you never miss a new card making video. Thank you so much for joining me today, and we'll catch you next time.